Alistair Overeem and Junior dos Santos have both been cut from the UFC. Recent loss, obviously, Alistair Overeem to Alexander Volkov. Junior dos Santos losing his last 4 fights in the UFC ultimately has paid the price for them. But why exactly were they cut? Alistair Overeem, nobody's quite sure why he's cut, other than just longevity. He had one final run at the title, is what he was going to say. Obviously, it's now fallen short due to Alexander Volkov stopping him. Before that, he had beaten Augusto Sakai and looked damn good doing it, and also beaten Walt Harris and looked damn good doing it. So it's almost up in the air of why he got cut just from one loss. Is he really out of it that much? So Alistair Overeem's time has come to an end, but it currently stands at 47 wins and 19 losses with 1 no contest. No draws. What a record that is. In the UFC, remember his debut was against Brock Lesnar, where he savagely finished him as well with them body shots, body kick. Absolutely brilliant. Alistair Overeem, the Demolition Man, has been incredible to the UFC. Will Alistair Overeem move on, or will he retire? I personally don't see him just quite retiring. There's something about him that he just loves to fight. He's only lost 1 out of the last 3. He has lost a lot in his last, few years of fighting, but he's also won against Augusto Sakai and Walt Harris. As I said, Augusto Sakai was an up-and-comer. He was absolutely having a field day in the first round against Overeem. Overeem used his veteran experience, wore him down, and finished him when he went to the ground. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, and he's still got that power. Yes, not against Volkov, but Volkov's coming up and up and up, and he looked damn good. It wasn't Overeem's problem that night. It was just how good Volkov looked and what pressure he put on to Overeem. So if he doesn't retire, what does he do? Obviously, there's other organisations that take these heavyweights that get cut from the UFC, namely Bellator. It's an option for him. He'll end up in probably some Grand Prix in a year's time, whatever they do over there, and probably have 1 or 2 more fights, much like Lyoto Machida has done. Ryan Bader has gone over, Corey Anderson's gone over. They obviously got Fedor over. What could they possibly do? Fedor obviously not from the UFC, just in case people comment that. They've got Chael Sonnen before. It's Wanderlei Silva. They've got a lot over there that the UFC obviously made. Alistair definitely has a path into there. Scott Coker's going to be picking up the phone call to Alistair Overeem going, come on mate, you want to come here, sell some tickets, wear some cool shorts that aren't Reebok, see what you can do. Junior dos Santos, on the other hand, has also been cut. Now, reportedly it's been cut. The UFC were planning on getting 1 more fight out of him, and that was a short notice fight against Marcin Tybura at UFC 260. He allegedly turned it down, not because he didn't want to fight him, but because it was inadequate time to prepare for the fight. So Junior's last 4 fights have all been losses, unfortunately, and they're against Cyril Gane, amazing. Jairzinho Rozenstruik, 1-shot power. You got Francis Ngannou, pretty dangerous, and you got Curtis Blades. These are top guys. So, is it worth a cut? Coming to the end of the career again, but again, it's leaving a chip on his shoulder. I don't think Junior's going to retire either. I think both of these fighters are going to move on to a different organisation. Whether it will be, as I said, the Bellators of this world, or whether it's a different organisation, who knows? Maybe they go to Japan, who knows? But I definitely do see both of these guys not retiring. I see them both fighting still. Let's just hope it's really not on bare knuckle, and hope it is still in MMA, because I'd like to see them compete still, if they're going to, in another organisation that will take them, because they're not done yet. They're not at the point where a BJ Penn was, you need to retire. They're at the point where you've got 1 or 2 left, maximum. Junior probably wants to come off on a win. Alistair probably wants to come off on a win. That's how most people want to retire, because they're going to have the chip on their shoulder from being cut. They've been released from the UFC. They haven't left the UFC, so they wanted to fight more. That's why I think the retiring is pretty much out of the equation for these boys. What do you guys think? Do you think they're going to retire? Do you think they're going to fight in a different organisation? If they do, who do you think would be a good matchup for both of these guys? Do you think they should fight each other over in a different organisation? Maybe that's the idea here. That could be a really good one. Scott Coker rings them both up and goes, hey, you've both been cut. Do you want to wear some cool shorts? Do you want to step in a ring instead of an octagon? Let's get it on at Bellator. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video, guys. Subscribe to the channel. We've got loads more coming soon. Much more podcasts. The podcast, obviously, just for fun. These videos are where it's at. Let's get your comments down. Subscribe, guys. We'll see you in the next one.